So this actually appears to be a massive shock to not only myself, but also Secular Talk fans. Now, I've done some videos recently about people who are in Kyle Kulinski's fan base who are very angry that they feel like there's so much untapped potential and a lot of things that can turn off viewers before they even get started or prevent his growth because they want his channel to grow and his views to get out there and his content to get out there more. Now, some of those things included, for example, he doesn't actually upload his podcast format. Like a lot of shows will post their, they'll either, take their live stream audio, or you can just clip together all of your clips, post it up to iTunes, and it could go to every podcast platform you know of from like a centralized means. So it could be everywhere. So people who are in their car driving to work, or maybe they like the podcast format while they work out or whatever, just listen to all the news. That's very helpful for people. So, I do that over on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, all of those, pretty much anywhere almost, pretty close for that reason. Also, his thumbnails were absolutely awful, and he still live streams his podcast on a website called Blog Talk Radio, which is from 2008. The quality of the audio sounds like it's coming out of a toaster from the Soviet Union in like 1969. And you can't actually scroll forward in the audio. So it's one gigantic audio clip, and you have to listen to all of it or none of it. You can't skip forward. So it's absolutely archaic, insane. But there seems to be some some shining light coming in, because check this out. So this is a Reddit post over on Kyle's subreddit. It says, Kyle delivers a shocking thumbnail to his YouTube critics. And you can see it's a thumbnail. The title is Shocking Number of Americans Want to Secede from the Union. He now apparently is calling his show the Kyle Kulinski Show. I think that's a bad name for the show. It doesn't really go too well. I don't think he's going to change his Secular Talk name. The Secular Talk name is good to keep just because that was the name that he had from the jump. But the truth is that the name Secular Talk is really bad now. It's really awful for his channel because it's not representative of what he does at all. He doesn't talk about religion ever, which is fine, but it doesn't fit with the name. But that's what he started with, and it would be... I think it's too late to make a name change. So that's kind of, I think, a bit of a existential crisis for him, maybe. So he started putting the Kyle Kulinski Show in the title. But you can see the thumbnail. It's got a pretty solid green box, well-shaped around the thumbnail. And, the rest of the thumbnail looks pretty good quality. You can see the letters. It's nicely shaped in the secession, marks. And you've got a picture of Kyle in there that, again, seems to be good quality. And it's well placed. The one thing I don't like personally is the logo that he's decided to go with. I think it's a bad logo to go with. But regardless, obviously there's people who also put their logo in the corner. So this is a new trend for progressive YouTubers, is put a colored box around your thumbnail, and then most of them also put a logo there to sort of designate that this is the channel it's from. So that's a pretty fucking good thumbnail. I'm not going to lie. That's a solid thumbnail right there. There's not too much you could improve, honestly, if anything, on that. So he's definitely taken his thumbnail game up for sure, which is definitely a shock. He definitely seems to be moving more towards being modern. If you go to his videos, his thumbnails are pretty solid. The one thing that I think he could work on is leveling heads. Like this one over here with the Epstein one, you have Trump like really tiny, and then both Bill Clinton and Epstein are very large. It doesn't really match it well, but for the most part, most of these thumbnails are pretty fucking solid. The box is really good. It does showcase like pretty much everybody who's involved in the thumbnails. There's even some, like you see the Politico one up there with the check mark and the X mark. That's pretty solid, I would say. Even like the woke scolds part, it looks okay, So I would say that the thumbnails have seriously improved, almost to the point where they're getting close to the point of where it's like, okay, these thumbnails are That's all you need. I would just level the heads, and that's pretty much it. But otherwise, that is some really significant growth on the thumbnail part, because they were absolutely awful. And I have to say that the temp set that he was on with wherever the Crystal Kyle and Friends, wherever that's recorded, I think in DC, that's much better than his set. But thumbnails taking a really, really big improvement. Also, I saw that he was posting polls. I don't know if it was him doing it or someone else on his community tab, which is, again, that's just huge progress. I'm like, wow, it's like seeing a caveman discover fire. So a lot of improvements going on. I'm assuming that his fans must be very pleased with this. The next step, I guess, is to get away from Blog Talk Radio, maybe live stream your show on YouTube or Twitch or just anywhere else, and then post it in the podcast format. I don't know if he paid someone new to make these thumbnails, if he fired the guy who was absolutely garbage, but I don't know. A lot of improvement going on. Looks like his fans are happy. And thought I'd update you guys on this because I made videos when they were shit, so you got to make a video when they get better.